I've held off on doing this one. But I'm like, you know what? The talk has calmed down about Erik Karlsson. And let's get into this. This is really kind of interesting stuff. The lineup that Ottawa could put on the ice right now isn't that bad. If they don't trade Karlsson, it's not that bad. Now, admittedly, there's some weakness on the wing here. Bodker is not a first liner. Dzingel, I love the guy. He belongs in the third line. Gaborik is past it. And Pajärvi, decent fourth line guy to have around. Not somebody I would count on for goal scoring. On the other wing, you got Stone, who's an RFA. We don't know what's going to happen there yet. Bobby Ryan, well documented that Ottawa wants to get rid of him. Tom Pyatt, decent bottom six guy. And then they've got White in the depth chart that I use from Roster Resources. Odds are if White makes the team, he needs to play top six. Good news is, if he can play either wing or center, wherever he really wants to, he's going to have a chance at that. On the blue line, I will come back to center, trust me. The blue line, Chabot, Karlsson, Borowiecki, Ceci, Harper, and Weidman. Not great. I'm going to be honest, not great. If Borowiecki plays in that top four, that's not good enough. So that right off the bat is not good enough. This is why in any trade of Karlsson, they have to get a blue liner back, preferably two. This is why when they talk about, well, we're going to throw in Bobby Ryan and get rid of his contract, it leaves me scratching my head and going, wait, what? Because you're not going to get back a lot of help when you're including that albatross of a contract with Erik Karlsson. So you're diminishing the value of the guy who can get you the greatest return. I don't get it either. And then in net, you have Anderson and Condon. So let's just go over this, okay? There's rumors that Anderson has requested a trade, right? Karlsson, rumor has it, he balked at their contract offer. They may have lowballed him. They want Ryan out of the lineup. So, the guy that I'm most interested in on this board is Stone. And, to some extent, Ceci. They're both going to arbitration. They're both restricted free agents. Now, by being in arbitration, it means nobody can just offer sheet them. So that's a benefit for Ottawa fans. But what is Stone going to be thinking looking at this lineup right now? It depends on how optimistic he is. Logan Brown could step in because right now down the middle, it looks like it's going to be Duchesne, Pajot, Zach Smith, and Schlappick. And Schlappick may very well be a top six center and ready to go. But if Brown's ready, that'll help. Christian Wolanin was signed last season. If he can step in on the blue line, that'd be a major help. Brady Tkachuk. The very controversial pick that the Ottawa Senators made. If Brady Tkachuk is as good as some of the scouting reports say he is, he could make a huge difference to this team. Now, what's interesting is, if the if the they have crappy teams and the Canucks comes out, why is that? But it's not that bad for Ottawa, really, because if they could talk Karlsson into sticking around, just say, you know what, let's let things settle down. Okay, we know you're upset and you kind of want out, and we're okay with that, but give us a chance. He says, fine, I'll give you a chance. So they keep Karlsson going into the season. They're stuck with the Ryan contract, but if they get Tkachuk and Brown onto the roster, and if they can both play down the middle, so one's first line, one's third line, and I couldn't care less which one is which. Duchesne on the first line, I don't know that he's a first line center. And I'm just being honest. I don't know that I would put him on a first line if I was building a team and he was on it. I think second line is a better spot for him. Now, other interesting names. Nick Paul's been lingering around. He may end up getting a roster spot. Alex Formenton came in last year, played a game, and then got sent back to junior. He will be expected to at least push a little further into the season this year as a member of the Senators, I would think. Paul Carey was signed in the offseason. No idea if he makes the team or not, but at least he's capable of filling in. And then Philip Gustafson, the guy they picked up from Pittsburgh. So they didn't get Sprong, but they got Gustafson. And as a goaltender, good news for him. There may be an opening in Ottawa as soon as this year. And yet I'm not sure if anybody's going to touch that Craig Anderson contract. So if Anderson wants out, he may have to wait. And it's got to be tough. And again, it comes back to Stone and Ceci and guys like this. What are you thinking when you're watching all of this upheaval? You watch Hoffman leave, and when you get back for Hoffman as Bodker, which is a downgrade on their current roster. What are you thinking? Are you thinking, well, I'm a Senator, so I'm good. I want to be here the rest of my career? You're going to say that publicly, but what are you thinking privately? Are you privately thinking, man, this team is a disaster. I don't know if I want to stick around here. There's a lot of questions to be answered by the Senators, and it's why I was trying to delay doing this. I thought if I delayed a week, Karlsson would be traded and we'd know what they got back for him. But I'm going to say this. If you take Karlsson off this blue line and you don't add another defenseman, you just created probably the worst defense in the NHL. If Anderson gets traded without any kind of plan on who's going to be the starter this coming season, you might have the worst goaltending situation in the NHL. You see where I'm going with this? Their forward group is going to depend a lot on how the kids play and whether the kids are ready to go. If they are, Ottawa's going to score goals. It's going to be an exciting team to watch. But who's going to stop them at the other end? Now, I know Erik Karlsson had a poor season defensively this past year. I think that was the lingering injuries he'd suffered the year before. I do think he can bounce back. I think he's young enough that he should bounce back. But even a 75% Karlsson was better than anybody else they had on the blue line. If they trade him out and they don't get back proper market value for Karlsson, this might be a huge explosion, just blow everything up and start over kind of rebuild, which is too bad because it's a year ago we were talking about how Ottawa probably overachieved, but I don't think any of us expected this. Not at all. So there you go. The how bad is it? Well, if they do the Karlsson deal and they don't get anything back because they throw in Bobby Ryan with them, it's probably going to be really historically bad this year. And of course, the kicker, the big asterisk, the thing we're all worried about is they don't own their number one draft pick next year. So because they drafted Brady Tkachuk, they don't own their number one draft pick. They can't afford to go into a rebuild because if they get the number one draft pick next year, well, Colorado sends them a thank you package and maybe some flowers. It'll be interesting to see what they do. It'll be interesting to see if this team maybe you get career years out of some guys and maybe they magically end up in the running for a playoff spot. But it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of career years from guys who right now don't look like premier talents in the NHL. Some of those rookies, though, could absolutely ease the pain. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, as you guys always do. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And again, now that I've done this video, Karlsson's going to get traded. So how bad is it? Ottawa Senators, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.